It's tax day. Sorry, your local post office may be open until midnight. Have you already turned your taxes in? Do you feel like you maybe want to talk about cocktails? As a salute to the pain of tax day, I have both a cocktail and a really good story about cocktails for you. Okay, you ready? Here's how you make a champagne cocktail. It's very, very simple. Champagne flute, sugar cube, Angostura bitters. Soak the sugar cube in Angostura bitters. Don't be afraid, you'll be fine. Depends sort of on the size of your sugar cube, but there you go. So you do that, then you pop open your champagne. It's not difficult at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Always 6 turns on the little cage there. Remove the cage. Open the bottle by twisting the bottle, not the cork, right? Hold it at an angle so it doesn't foam out the end and you get lots of air in there and it's fine. And this is it. This is your champagne cocktail. It is an Angostura soaked sugar cube, topped with champagne. Some people put a lemon twist on the top of their champagne cocktail. Some people put in a dash of cognac. Those people are wrong. I'm sure they're nice people. Actually, probably not. They're probably bad people. Ignore them. There's your champagne cocktail. This is a Manhattan. Manhattan you make in what we commonly call a martini glass, but you don't only make martinis in them. Manhattan, I like mine old school style. 3-to-1 rye whiskey to sweet vermouth. So you make it in a shaker, although you don't shake it. It's the cartoon liquor pouring noise. 1, 2, 3, rye whiskey, and then sweet vermouth. Sweet vermouth comes in a bunch of different kinds. Broadly speaking, white and red. White is dry, red is sweet. Not everybody makes their Manhattans with that much vermouth in them. Some people make them with less vermouth, but again, those people are wrong. And you want to add a goodly, I do 5 dashes of Angostura bitters in a Manhattan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you stir it up. You don't shake it because it doesn't have any citrus or egg white or dairy or anything in it, and so you want your drink to be nice and cold, but you also want it to be sort of clear. So that's what you stir for. If I weren't as nervous to be doing this on television as I am, you wouldn't hear the ice even clattering around in the shaker because I'd be so good at it. But I'm a little nervous because you guys are watching. And a Manhattan technically has a cherry in it as the garnish. People who put a cherry in their Manhattan as the garnish are not wrong, but they're also wasting room that could hold liquor in the glass. The common denominator here is Angostura bitters. The label doesn't fit. That's a whole long story. You can't actually have a cocktail without bitters. In fact, the word cocktail at its core means booze, sugar, water, and bitters. That's what a cocktail was. And its cocktails become a million other things, but really, bitters is core. Back on St. Patrick's Day of this year, you might remember I needed Angostura bitters to make a cocktail that we made here on set called O'Shea's Dram. Now, I keep my bar in Massachusetts, not here in New York, so our producers couldn't tap my personal supply of Angostura. They therefore called every liquor store in New York City to find a bottle, and nobody had any for sale. We ended up having to bogart a bottle of bitters, a really old bottle of bitters, out of producer Tina's personal stash in Brooklyn. Yet another reason to thank God for producer Tina. But here's the question. Why were there no bitters in all of Manhattan? Because for a very few bad months, starting last September maybe, there was what at least felt like a worldwide Angostura bitters shortage. And that led bars and distributors to ration what they had. It led the lucky few cocktail aficionados who could get their hands on some bitters to start hoarding their Angostura. A few days after drinking Tina's bitters here on the set with the O'Shea's Dram, we here at the Rachel Maddow Show in our offices here at Rockefeller Center got an amazing package. Boxes full of bitters straight from the company. The shortage is over, at least in my office. And that leads me to what I am celebrating with these cocktails tonight, the return of Angostura bitters. The shortage is apparently over, sort of. Here to tell us what the heck happened are Genevieve Jodin, who is the Executive Manager of Export Sales and Business Development at Angostura, and Giselle LaRonda West, who is Communications Manager for Angostura. It's really nice to meet you guys. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
I'm dorking out about bitters right in front of you, and I realize this is your business, and so you probably see this all the time. But what happened when we couldn't get bitters in this country for such a long time?
We had a problem with the supply of the bottles, and
the bottles, not the
liquid.
Okay.
The bottles, and at the same time, the bottles were short. The demand for bitters was just rising. Cocktail drinkers everywhere, so.
And so the bottles problem has been solved.
It has been solved.
Was it solved through some dramatic cloak and dagger Superman means, or it was just got a new supplier?
Another supplier.
Okay. Well, when bitters were unavailable on the market in the United States for those few months, what did you guys at the company hear in terms of the reaction? Because I will tell you, it changed my life. The bitters panic just among my family and friends was palpable and real. There was a lot of late night eBay foraging.
Yeah.
How did you guys experience that in terms of the company?
I mean, just our staff alone went crazy hearing all that they were hearing from friends and family abroad, saying they can't get the bitters, what are you all doing down there, what's happening? And then I was getting emails and emails every single day asking us what is happening with the bitters. We can't find it in Manhattan, we can't find it in Europe, we can't find it anywhere. And so, constantly replying to them because people were asking, is the place burnt down?
Yeah.
Is it out of business? What exactly is happening? And of course, we had to let them know that, hey, no, we're not out of bitters. We've been producing bitters all along. And then we had to explain, of course, that there was a bottle shortage.
Now, when you had the bottle shortage, did you consider continuing to make the liquid gold, continuing to make actual bitters? You kept making it.
Yeah.
Did you ever consider licensing somebody else to bottle it? Call it something else. Call it, Angostura-ish.
No.
No. No. You didn't do that.
Sacrilege.
How long has the company existed, and how secret is the formula?
Since 1824.
1824.
So almost 200 years.
Wow.
And it's very secret.
Do you guys know what it is?
No.
Only
It's
five people.
It's really.
In the entire
It's not like
world.
you know half of it and you know half of it, and you have to be.
I wish.
So in terms of the formula, it's been the same for nearly 200 years.
It has been.
I guess the people who distill it know it.
Well, we can't tell you that.
We have.
All we know is that 5 people know.
Well, tell people who are wondering what's in this little bottle that they've got in the back of their cabinet that they've never thought about before. What's generally the most important thing to know about what's in this bottle?
It's herbs and spices.
Okay. Secret formula.
Yes.
People who still can't get bitters right now at their local liquor store, it's going to get better. The distribution is back in effect.
It will.
And the company is important to the economy of Trinidad.
Yes, it is.
It is. I mean, Angostura is an icon, and Angostura bitters more so, because it's been around for so long, and that's what everybody knows. And because we make rum as well, it's a company that people value in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
And I think this has done a great deal for us, actually understanding how much people really appreciate Angostura bitters.
Sometimes it takes breaking up to realize how in love you were. That's the way it goes. Genevieve Jodin and Giselle LaRonda West are both with the Angostura Company in Trinidad. Thank you so much for the hooch, and thank you so much for being with here. It's nice to meet you both. Thank you.
Same here.
They were here just the other day. We have recipes for how to make a champagne cocktail in a Manhattan on our blog, maddowblog.msnbc.com. Countdown with Keith Olbermann starts right now. Have a great night.